Hi there everybody, welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. For those of you who are new, I'm Boomy. Hello and thank you for watching, and for everyone else, welcome back my lovelies. Now today guys, I am going to be sharing with you a volcano video because as I've mentioned a few times guys, I have this weird morbid curiosity with volcanoes. I've always been excited by them, I love them. Ever since I was younger, there's something so dramatic and so apocalyptic about volcanoes which just make them so interesting, and yeah, it's such a source of fascination for me. So this video comes as a request from Buy Me a Coffee through TN Greg. Thank you so much for your support, Greg, and thank you for requesting this. Greg says, I've visited this place several times. It's awe-inspiring. It's just a big lava field. The last eruption was just 2,000 years ago. Oh my gosh. So it could go at any time. Oh, that's exciting. Maybe you could react to this video. This video was made by a geology friend of mine. Oh, so this video is a geologist explores a lava tube, a cave, at Craters of the Moon National Park. I haven't seen this national park before, I don't think anyway. So this will be very, very interesting. So 2,000 years ago, that wasn't that long ago at all, was it? So it's overdue for an eruption. Oh, scary stuff, guys. So let's check this video out. And as ever, if you're enjoying these reactions, guys, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.
This is Craters of the Moon National Monument in southern Idaho. This vast expanse of very young basaltic lava forms this sort of absolutely magical and amazing volcanic landscape here in southern Idaho.
Looks like a different
of course,
planet.
the Staker Plain is dominated by lava flows, but it's here at Craters of the Moon where we see the youngest volcanic features and probably the most diverse and fascinating types of volcanic landforms in the region. So this area formed mainly the main eruptive phase here with these very young lava flows formed with 8 eruptions over the last 15,000 years, with the youngest one being about 2,000 years ago. And the recency of the eruptions combined with the dry, arid climate that we have here in southern Idaho makes this landscape look like it's very fresh and as if it had erupted quite recently.
Yeah.
2,000 years is of course pretty young geologically, and because it hasn't been vegetated or extensively weathered, we still get a really good view at a volcanic landscape that looks, you know, as if it had erupted within the last few years or so.
Oh, so that makes it quite a valuable landscape really for geologists here. So like you said here, because there hasn't been much vegetation and there hasn't been an awful lot of weathering, so it's fairly similar to what it would have looked like at the time of, you know, just after the eruption, surely. So okay, this is a cool place. I love that scenery there. It just looks otherworldly, doesn't it? It looks like you've been transported to another planet. I think as well, because the landscape, you can see the like there's maybe mountains in the distance, off in the distance there, but it's very flat. So it just looks like this lava landscape is all you can see for miles and miles.
What we're going to do here with this video is dive down into one of the lava tubes in the monument. First, you know, we've got some of these small hills over here. These are all cinder cones. These are places where lava erupted from the ground. It was a little bit gas rich, and so these clots of lava just piled up around the vent of the volcanoes to form these low hills here in the middle ground. These are cinder cones. The biggest one in the monuments over here, this is Big Cinder Butte. In other places in the monument, the lava wasn't quite as charged with gas, and so it erupted through fissure events, forming lava flows that just poured across the landscape here. This lava flow I'm standing on here with these fascinating sort of textures in it. This is the Blue Dragon lava flow. It's about 2,000 years old. In places, we'll see if we can find a good spot. In some places, it has kind of a very kind of cool, vibrant blue color.
Ooh.
That formed where there's a little bit of titanium
Why the blue?
in the lava that gives it this kind of unique color. But this is a lava tube called Indian Tunnel. And what's nice about Indian Tunnel is you can kind of go down into it without a flashlight. You can actually work your way through it without a flashlight because sections of it have collapsed and there's enough ambient light in the lava tube that you can actually see your way through it without a flashlight.
Could I just ask, how safe is this kind of environment to go walking around? Is the terrain around here, is it safe, or is it stabilized? Because if you're talking about like volcanic vents, and I'm sure being a geologist, this guy is obviously very much in the know, but I don't know, with there being so many events, are we talking about like unstable ground? Are there parts of this national park that just aren't safe really to go hiking or walking over? If any of you know, guys, let me know. Or if any of you have been here, what was your experience like? Let me know in the comments, please.
So we'll get down here to the bottom and kind of just poke around a little bit. You can right away see the the overall shape of the lava tube is kind of this a semicircular arch shape, kind of going in both directions here. This is pretty typical of lava tubes in terms of their shape. Of course, lava tubes form where we have a molten lava at the surface. The upper few inches of the lava flow crusts over because it's in contact with the air and leaves the interior of the flow kind of molten. Hello. And so the rest of the lava flow continues to travel beneath the surface. Because rock is a really good insulator. Eventually the eruption kind of dies down, the supply of lava wanes, and you're left with a hollowed out tube in the lava flow. And that is what forms these lava tubes. Ultimately, these lava tubes are not very stable. If you've ever been in one, they don't last very long geologically, maybe a few million years at the most. They're prone to collapse, and right here in front of me we can see a section of the tube with a little skylight above it, and you can see all the rubble down below. So this is where the lava tube ceiling has actually collapsed in on itself. And even as we look kind of up above here, we can see some of these fractures and cracks running through the ceiling of the cave. This part of Idaho gets some pretty good winter weather. It gets cold enough for ice to form. And so you can imagine in the fractures of the lava tube and the rock here, the constant freeze-thaw cycles that take place as the snow drips down, as water gets into those fractures, it ends up splitting apart the rock into these kind of big blocks we have down here, kind of in this broken zone. So we're gonna work our way up a little further. This is a pretty accessible section of lava tube. There's some other lava tubes in the park that you do need a headlamp or a flashlight to get through. They haven't collapsed as much, but Indian Tunnel again is pretty nice because it's got enough ambient light to work through. I'm gonna hit here real quick. I don't know how well this will look. We're gonna hit a dark section. Maybe I'll turn on my phone.
Ooh, it's getting dark here. So, quick question, guys. See all the rocks that are around here. Is anyone ever tempted to take them back as a souvenir? You know, volcanic rock and all. Or you're not allowed to? How do the authorities of the national park feel about this? Are you not allowed to take any rocks? Is it legal? I'd be very tempted to take just a little one back as a souvenir, but are you allowed to? Are you not allowed to do that?
On camera here. And this will actually maybe help us see a little bit better because this section can be pretty dark. That's a little better. This is just the one section that's a little bit dark, a little tricky to see your feet through here. But we're going to work up to a place where we can see some other geologic features. Lava tubes are pretty fascinating because they form very differently than a lot of caves. A lot of the caves we have in the world are limestone caves, meaning they formed where limestone has dissolved out,
eroded or
or
dissolved.
excuse me,
Yeah.
groundwater has dissolved out the underlying limestone. And so it's more of a dissolution process, dissolving the rock material. And then as that water drips through the cave, it leaves behind stalactites and stalagmites, other features that kind of make the cave kind of ornamental and attractive. Lava tubes can have a lot of similar features. In fact, right here, we can kind of see some drip features along the roof of the cave, but instead of dissolved mineral material and groundwater dripping down, these are actually formed by lava dripping down off the ceiling of the cave. So you kind of get these interesting kind of, sometimes they're called shark tooth textures, just drip features from the ceiling of the cave while it's draining down. The other thing we can kind of see over here, just kind of move over here. There's a better place further ahead, but these are pretty good. We can actually also see places in here where the lava on the walls of the cave has kind of remelted the walls and sort of just dripping and oozing down the sides of the lava tube. So you can kind of see some interesting textural features there. I'm going to scramble over this broken section here.
Gosh, be
where
careful.
the lava tube cave has collapsed. So we have another skylight here, another open section.
Oh, you can see
where the lava tubes collapsed.
over the way there.
Kind of work up through here. The footing is a little tricky.
Just noticing there's a lot of different textures of rocks around here. So this is presumably like the different compositions and the different rocks and how they're, you know, they've all got different kind of melting points and whatnot, different compositions of minerals, and how they've reacted differently or at different rates to the lava, and they have different appearances, and you can see the little layers of them. It's striking, really, isn't it?
Bring trekking poles if you need them. And we'll go into, I believe there's one last collapse section before we get to a really nice spot to see some really cool features on the roof of the lava tube. So we're kind of getting back down here. Some of the colors we have in here could be mineralization from the water moving through that. Some of this looks like it's also lichen. So some of these bright yellows are lichen, which are like a cyanobacteria fungi
so if we had water
kind
coming
of
through
mixture that occurs together. So up ahead, one more collapse feature. It's a little tiny skylight up there in the roof. And then as we look above us, we can see not as many of the lava stalactites, but definitely really nice drip features kind of coating the wall where the lava kind of oozed down. So one more scramble through here. So if you come to Indian Tunnel, take a left at the bottom of the stairs if you want to kind of retrace my steps here. And rather than going back out the way you came, there's a way to actually climb out and exit the cave. One of the things we can see here, down there we can see a lower level and then an upper level. Sometimes tubes are actually nested. So as the lava flows through the tube, it's so hot that it's thermally eroding the ground beneath it. So you can get sort of multiple levels of a lava tube. So that one probably doesn't go very far because it's collapsed, but we can kind of see two possible levels there. We can also see down here along this one, some kind of horizontal lines running along the right side of the tube, kind of forming benches. So again, as the lava continues to thermally heat up and erode, cut through the rock below it, it leaves behind these kind of benchmarks or these little benches along, or levees, if you will, kind of along the sides of it here.
You know what I kind of like about these guys? It's kind of like, it's like, it's like a painting or something that nature has left behind. It's observable history. So So you can physically see what's happened here, and you can see the reaction that the rocks have had to the lava. And it's like, I don't know, I feel a little bit like it's like nature kind of communicating with us and showing us and demonstrating this has happened once upon a time, and this is what remains. And you can see here, yeah, this happened so long ago. I love that. It's I would just say it's quite moving, seeing these features, these geographical features, and it is. It's just like it's the world's history, isn't it? And you can read that in the rock formations, and it's just so interesting. It's beautiful, really, isn't it?
So we'll get through this last little section here. Becomes a little more shallow here. The roof of the cave is more directly above us. Of course, in the floor of the lava tube, we have these nice pohoi smooth, ropey flow textures here. And then this part's kind of my favorite. This last little skylight we can crawl through has a little kind of side channel off to the right. So we're gonna kind of go up through this little thing, which is just big enough to fit into. But in here we get some really, kind of looking up at the ceiling of the cave now, really remarkable lava drip features, really nice texture. And then in the walls of the cave over here, we just get some fantastic drip features where the lava kind of oozed and ran down the sides of the tube to form these,
Like natural
these
art.
wonderful textures here. And then this is a spot where you got to kind of watch your head, kind of pop up, and then make one last move to get up and out of it. So we'll kind of pop up here above for one last look at the the landscape here.
Oh, there we go. Oh, we haven't seen the landscape one last time. Oh, that was so cool. Right, first hand going through like a lava tube. Ooh, I'd love to go there. I'd love to walk through that. The textures of the rocks. I don't know if it's quite morbid, but it's almost like it's like Mother Nature's art, isn't it? Those textures, and it's so lovely to see. I'm always in awe as well of looking at geographical features like this and being reminded of the sheer force of nature and of Mother Earth, and being able to witness how destructive it can be at times. And again, it's that feeling of it's reminding ourselves that there are greater forces in the world. Like by comparison, we're quite small beings, really. And you know, we might battle the elements, we might fight Mother Earth an awful lot. But you know, there's only so much we can do, and at the end of the day, these are very, very powerful forces. And that reminder is always there, and it's always visible, especially with things like this. And that's why I think I have such a fascination with them. It's that reminder, that feeling that yes, we're in the grand scheme of things, we're very, very small, and just being able to observe how destructive and how powerful nature is, or has been, continues to be. But it's those little reminders that we can see here in the landscapes. And it's a bit like Earth's history, isn't it? And being able to piece together puzzles of the history that tell a story of the timeline of the world. I love it. I love it all. Maybe it sounds really nerdy, but it's so interesting. Guys, I loved that video. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And Greg, thank you so much for showing me this video. It's awesome. I'd have to go and visit this one day. So you've been a few times, have you, Greg? What was your experience like? It's very otherworldly, very alien landscape, and it's wicked. It's so cool. So thank you again for requesting that video, and take care, everybody, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.